today we make this interview in English. Last time, 2 years ago, we did it in Italian. We want to spread it all over. So today is December 12th. We are at Fight Club Academy in Florence, Italy. We just have a master class with Professor Octavio Couto Jr. And I want to share with you guys some info from this professor, from this innovative teacher. First of all, Octavio, welcome in Italy once again. You are very often here. It's nice to have you here again in Team Centurion, Florence, Italy.
It's always a big pleasure for me. And it's like we already know each other back in the 2005. It's already been 10 years. And then in the past of 2 years that we've been working very constantly, not often. So to me, my personal opinion, from the bottom of my heart, I don't feel that I come over here to visit a gym. I feel truly home.
Thank you. Thank you. We also, as a team, consider you more than a visiting teacher. You are a friend, and it's always a party when you're here. I would like to ask you first and foremost, what brought you into Jiu-jitsu many years ago? How long ago did you start Jiu-jitsu?
I started Brazilian Jiu-jitsu. At that time, we never call it as a Brazilian Jiu-jitsu. It's just Jiu-jitsu. Not Jiu-jitsu, Jiu-jitsu, Jiu-jitsu. Yes. That was in 1988. In fact, sorry, I had to take that back. I started judo when I was in high school, just for a few months. And the professor of judo, even today, is a professor also of jiu-jitsu. His name is Marcos Vinicius. From the Beverly Hills Jiu-Jitsu Club. At that time he was a blue belt, but he was a black belt in judo. So as a blue belt he was so enthusiastic with the ground game of Jiu-Jitsu, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And being in high school, like a small class, he was like, teach a little bit takedowns, but he was like, no, let's go to the ground. Let's go to the ground. So, long short story, the vacation time came, so we didn't have no more practice over there, and then I was thinking, oh man, I want to do Jiu-Jitsu. It was so fortunate. I'm from Ipanema, born and raised in Ipanema, like 2 blocks away from the beach. Great place, beautiful place. And that was the same place that Romero Jacaré Cavalcante, my master, decided to open his own gym. That was 1982. No, sorry, 1985. I got his black belt in 1982. So 1988, actually beginning of that 1989, that the vacation time I went over there, visit, and there I fell in love like we all do when we have the pleasure to try the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with the right people. It's easy to fall in love.
Okay, thank you. I have another question. You are a famous teacher. You go all that. No, it's true. It's just plain truth. You go all over the world. You visit academies of every sort. And you have now more than 20 years in a black belt. You're 5th dan.
Yeah, today is December 12th of 2015. Okay, I'm a 50th degree. Okay, that's considered like in the Japanese way. I believe that's called dan. And then in February of 2016, I'm gonna become 20 years of being a black belt. But in order to have a 50th degree, you have to go from the 1st degree, when you get a black belt, to the 1st degree, up to the 3rd degree, you go every 3 years. 3, 6, 9. 9 years. From the third degree up to the sixth degree, you go every 5 years. So you take 9 up to the third degree, to the fourth degree plus 5, plus 5 to the fifth degree, so you have a total of 19 years.
It's a long journey, and you have experienced all aspects of this art. I think you've been heavily involved yourself and with students in jiu-jitsu tournaments and competitions, sport jiu-jitsu. You have been heavily involved in preparing MMA fighters as Fabricio Verduma, heavyweight UFC champion, and many others. And you have been involved in the daily life on academy with self-defense and sport as an enjoyment. And I want to ask you, for you, what's the most important gift that Jiu-Jitsu, the Brazilian way, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brings to the world?
It's a great question. Great question. So, I consider myself with a lot of experience. You know, I cannot say that I've been all aspects, because that's exactly the point of jiu-jitsu. We never can achieve the all of. That's the journey. We keep going. We don't have the end. So it's the going, it's not the total. Okay? And so far, I've been seeing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu been growing every quarter of the world. Every quarter. I live in Dallas, Texas. I'm teaching the Okctagon MMA place over there. And I had the pleasure of that sometimes in my noon classes, lunch classes, that we have like 10 black belts coming over there to train. Plus of the other belts, like total of 28 people, you know, training jiu-jitsu. Those black belts, they travel also, they teach. Even I had one that was over there visiting, a great guy, he was teaching in Vietnam, in Saigon. There is a jiu-jitsu in Saigon. If you go to Alaska, there is a jiu-jitsu. Professor Mark Vinicius from the Beverly Hills Jiu-Jitsu Club, he was just recently in Russia. Teach over there jiu-jitsu, in a birthplace of Sambo, but they've been embracing jiu-jitsu. In Dallas, also Texas, I have a friend over there that's named Shag, he's a Japanese, living in the United States, and then back off to Japan.
Jiu-jitsu
There is a Brazilian
spread.
Jiu-Jitsu in Japan.
Spread everywhere. What do you think? It's your personal opinion. What's the best gift that this ever-growing art has brought to the world, to the martial arts community, but not only?
I think the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, in the Jiu-Jitsu, is the way that it was approached to be. Allow yourself to be on the ground, training, going for that sweater, going for those angles that you feel so much uncomfortable. At the beginning, then you start feeling like more comfortable. And there's so many of the different grappling styles. Be on the ground, be on the mat. Your back on the mat, it's like, no, you can't. Get out of that. It was like burning. In Jiu-Jitsu is the only one that said, no, it's okay. You can do that. So that type of equation, or let's say mindset, brings, I think, a lot of camaraderie, a lot of friendship, a lot of boundary. That boundary makes the boundary, as example, makes all those clubs, teams growing, big teams, but always we have the same share point. The jiu-jitsu place became your second home, becoming that, the place that you really release your stress, because you'll be able to connect mind, body, and mind at once.
I totally agree with you, and I think here in my team, Centurion Florence, Italy, and other places, the jiu-jitsu lifestyle has influenced the life of many people and improve. So thank you for your answer. I have another question.
Please.
MMA with the UFC and other organizations has grown incredible in every corner of the world. And it's constantly getting far away from Jiu-Jitsu. At the beginning, Jiu-Jitsu and MMA was almost the same. The people from Jiu-Jitsu were doing MMA, organizing MMA tournaments, teaching MMA. Right now, they are two different things. What do you think is today, 2015, the relevance, the importance of Jiu-Jitsu into the MMA game?
Okay. My input, my opinion.
Yes, of course.
It's without the knowledge to do the ground through a jiu-jitsu, you don't go far anyway. You don't go far. You take every single champion, every single top rank. They know, based in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, how to handle to be on the ground, how to use one open guard, how to block, how to take advantage, how to be able to go to the back, how to be able to do the choke, how to do the darces, arm triangles, they know, or they don't need necessarily to catch, but to be aware to don't be caught.
Defended.
So you have to get a knowledge, so you don't go far. Okay? Just Jiu-Jitsu, it's not enough.
I agree.
At the beginning, in 1993, only Jiu-Jitsu was the one that shocked the world.
Yes.
Today, the things evolved. Just Jiu-Jitsu is not enough. But without the Jiu-Jitsu, you don't have the core. You don't go far.
It's important.
As
It's
example.
still a very big part.
As example, the last big fight, home versus Laos. Laos is so famous for the takedowns and everything. And then we see home with her forearm blocking the hips. That's a conscious of the body how to grapple from
When
the
I saw it,
jiu-jitsu.
I thought about you.
Yeah, no, was not a hug, not instinct. And then she was also strapping the armbar. She didn't post her hand on the mat. She was moving the arm away. That needs a finesse, needs a ground-specific training.
Yes.
Compares with Cat Zigano, that she was just grabbing her and then she got caught in the arm, as an example. So without having experiment, work, ground, based in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, how to handle to be on the bottom, in those scenarios, you don't go far.
I agree with that. Another question, your opinion about the dichotomy, the division that right now we observe in the Jiu-Jitsu world with, let's say, a faction who says, no, we have to do self-defense, we have to learn how to handle ourselves in the street. And those say, no, Jiu-Jitsu is just a sport, a competition, recreation. I heard, for instance, famous super champion, Keenan Cornelius say, for me, Jiu-Jitsu is not self-defense. For me, it's more an expression of myself. How do you position yourself within this argument that is ongoing nowadays?
I share the self. You said, as example, the Keenan Cornelius, a great athlete, great person in the art, said, it's not a self-defense. Okay.
No, he said,
But just to get my point, it's a self-way to express himself. Exactly. If someone goes, if he's in the bar, hypothetically, someone comes to him to hit him, do you think he's going to do what? Jiu-Jitsu. Because Jiu-Jitsu is the form of the self-defense. It's how to express himself. He's not going to try to push the person, try to do instinctive thing. He's going to do what he's trained to do in the grapple. To me, when you say Jiu-Jitsu sport, Jiu-Jitsu self-defense, it's just because there is a rules over there to help to conduct way of it to have the match. They even don't call fight, they call more as a match. That you have to establish someone like, okay, who had the most, let's say, impressed, everything, so you create a point system. But in the end of the day, the points is based to be who is more the closest one to finish. As a self-defense, I don't see much as a self-defense, it's much like self-protection. I put more the idea of protection. What is the difference of protection? Because you learn how to be aware. Let's say, as an example, we're here in Florence, a great city. Let's say that I go up in the bus, and I see someone behind me, like too close. We are so used for someone maybe be on the back, we have more aware of the person behind of the back than the normal people. They're not used to someone to go over here to choke. So that contact, it's our training. That you can go more specifically to create a scenario or not. But at the end of the day, it's how to be connected, to understand the angles that the body's being closed, the way that is.
Great answer. Another question, a few of them. Which is your favorite submission?
I think I'm not catching that. Recently, I've been teaching a lot of workshops, as you said from the beginning of that today, in December 12, I just finished my 72 in 2015. And one of the things that I've been getting the feedback a lot of for the students, they say, man, those concepts, the principle that you teach, based on the palm hands facing towards to me, brings for the other person a lot of frustration. Even if the person top to attack, the person be frustrated. Like for example, today we did for the half guard. Frustration, I consider the mindset tap out. So for me, is you have someone that you can frustrate someone. Because that's what I think it leads you to go for in another physically tapping out, physically submission. When you be able to frustrate someone in a mindset, you just put that cockpit, boom, down.
Very political answer and diplomatic answer. And I have another question. Me, myself, I prefer a strong top game. I like my students to learn to throw very efficiently with judo and freestyle wrestling, and to control the guy on the ground and be on top and use the guard as a plan B. So if I can, I throw him and I finish him. That's my view on Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. What do you think, what would you favor in case of a sport Jiu-Jitsu match?
Understand the rights that we have. Okay? In Jiu-Jitsu, I have the right to not be thrown.
Right.
How? I just need one simple grip, it going down. So even very hard for any, like maybe if you know how to understand the mechanism, like let's say that I see on with my coach, I see over there that I'm gonna have my next match with the former Olympic medalist, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
you wouldn't stand up wrestle with a very famous wrestler. What I ask you, if you teach your students more a top game or to call the pull guard and
what I teach, what we did today, it's core strength, body mechanics. Your body mechanics is not going to change if you top or from the bottom. We did it today in the half guard over there. That you saw that the person on top over there get a very block. Right? So it's based on that. If you on the top, you on the bottom, you sideways, you turtle, the body mechanics, the way that your body, your joints is going to move, the angles do not change.
Last question.
Diplomatic too, that was it.
You have changed a lot and improved many times. The way, yeah, it's well known. You have improved a lot your jiu-jitsu. I met you in a workshop 10 years ago. The way you understand jiu-jitsu, the way you teach jiu-jitsu, the way you spread jiu-jitsu nowadays, it's very different, much better in my opinion. And it has a special taste because it's all based on, as you said, biomechanics and the understanding of the law of gravity and angle, leverage. I have a last question is, what are you studying now? What is the direction you see for your development in jiu-jitsu and teaching jiu-jitsu in the next 10, 20 years?
It's maintain that journey. It try to use more ergonomic way the application, like in a better timing, and a better way to make other people that asking me to help me to understand jiu-jitsu, asking me to help me to share my view of the jiu-jitsu, make a better mechanism to make it more understandable for them. Like it.
So you keep in this direction that you have.
This
right
direction, because this direction has a huge influence on the way that our mind, like meditation, the dynamic way to meditate. That's the way that I call it. Because our body, it's full connected with our brain. In terms, if I'm gonna press over here, point of pain, there is some reaction in your brain, of course. Make sense? So, if you put yourself in positions, in places that you feel more in better alignment of the body through the body mechanics, there is a big influence in the brain to respond that has a huge influence, physiological influence, in your breathing, in your auto control, everything. This creates a scenario that you can perform your technique, whatever you want to do, faster, better, and precisely. That's the mechanism. So both together, like the same way, our mind can be able to determine a lot of influence our body can help to guide our mind as well too, because it's one thing. That's I see it.
Very interesting. Well, we're done with this interview. I remind our viewers that we are in Florence, Italy, Centurion Jiu-Jitsu. Professor Mario, thank you, Professor Octavio Couto Jr.
Professor Mario Centurion. For everyone that knows, Florence is a famous city for the art, for the Renaissance. Okay? This gentleman over here, it's a full of culture, art, in our aspects. So if you're around in that city, please, you'll be a dumb if you lose the opportunity just to stop by over here to see a lesson, to enjoy. If you don't come, that's okay, it's on you. But you just lost opportunity to enjoy great art.
Too kind for it. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor.